This is the final result for the pine. This is a reclaimed pine. So this is a treatment which is a pre-stain treatment to make the stain be more evenly on pine, and it's 1 part Zinsser and 4 parts alcohol. After first coat, we waited for 2 hours, and we're gonna put the second coat. This is the final coat. It's an AquaSeal ceramic star from Berger-Seidle. This is the final coat, and we roll it. And this is how it looks now with 2 coats of poly. As you can see, it's flat. It's holding even in big gaps like this, which this one is 1/4 inch. So the PAK-Stop from Berger-Seidle, it's a really good wood filler to use for wide gaps. And it is stable, and actually the floor seems to be more stable now. So this wood filler will act like a glue also and stabilize the floor, from my experience. You can see what I'm talking about. This is like over. This is the entrance hallway. It's a wide oak herringbone. It was a porch, and they enclose it. So this is how it looks. Again, we use the PAK-Stop wood filler, which gave us tremendous results, even with the wide gaps. This is the kitchen and the dining room, and this is, we try to match the color as much as we could. It's not a perfect match, but it looks really nice and uniform. And also